WWF King of the Ring, 1998, held on June 28, 1998, at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena, is widely considered one of the most iconic and pivotal pay-per-views in wrestling history. It featured a chaotic mix of comedy and the most famous Hell in a Cell match of all time. The landmark matches, The Undertaker vs. Mankind, Hell in a Cell. This is arguably the most infamous and celebrated match in WWE lore. The bout is defined by two terrifying, unscripted bumps taken by Mick Foley, known as Mankind during this time, who was thrown off the top of the cage through the Spanish announce table, and later chokeslammed through the roof of the cell into a bed of thumbtacks. The visual of Jim Ross screaming, "Will somebody stop the damn match?" became a legendary soundbite. Despite suffering a dislocated jaw and severe trauma, Foley incredibly returned to the ring later in the night. Kane vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin. First blood match. The main event saw Stone Cold defend his WWF Championship against Kane in a first blood match, with the stipulation that Kane would set himself on fire if he lost. The chaotic ending involved interference from both Mankind and The Undertaker. Undertaker accidentally struck Austin with a steel chair, busting him open behind the referee's back. This allowed Kane to win the WWF title, ending Austin's reign. The tournament. Ken Shamrock vs. The Rock Tournament Finals. The 1998 KOTR tournament featured a stacked set of semi-final bouts that saw Ken Shamrock defeat Jeff Jarrett and The Rock overcome Don Severn. In the finals, Shamrock defeated The Rock via his signature ankle lock to win the King of the Ring crown. While Shamrock's momentum wasn't perfectly sustained in the long term, the finals provided a highly competitive, athletic showcase that highlighted the rising talent in the Attitude Era. The undercard matches. The legendary main events. The card had a few notable, if slightly bizarre, matches. The New Age Outlaws vs. the New Midnight Express. The NAO successfully defended their WWF Tag Team Championships against the NWA representatives in a solid, traditional tag bout. X-Pac vs. Owen Hart. A fast-paced match that saw X-Pac pick up the win following interference from Chyna. Al Snow vs. Too Much. Scott Taylor and Brian Christopher. In one of the most bizarre moments of the night, Al Snow teamed with Head against Too Much in a comedy finish that stretched out the show. Jerry Lawler used a bottle of Head and Shoulders shampoo to pin Head. Six-man tag match. The opening match of the night featured Taka Michinoku and the Headbangers taking on Kaientai in a frantic, high-flying cruiserweight bout. Overall verdict. While the undercard and tournament matches were a mixed bag of comedy and standard wrestling, the overall show is an absolute must-watch. It is permanently etched into pop culture history because of the unparalleled carnage in the Hell in a Cell match and the massive world title switch in the main event.